Hey Cancerians, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your 2023 overview reading here. So firstly, wow, Cancers, this is going to be quite a positive year for you. Very transformational. So you are coming through as a deer for 2023. It's so good. It's a beautiful, supportive earth energy for you, but also the deer equates to that of the Empress in the Tarot, which is also here as your outcome. So double Empress energy. You know, the Empress in the Tarot is the creative genius. She gives birth to new conditions. She is pregnant, right? So it's everything about what it takes to bring something to life and create and grow and gestate, right? It's also about having happy expectations as well and believing in something before you actually see it. Now, Deer Medicine is one of my absolute favorites because it's about compassion. It's about love. It's the equivalent of getting a really warm hug from someone that you really trust, right? So I love that you're coming in as this. This means that you're in a beautifully receptive place this year, that you are focused and thinking about, what you are bringing into the world and birthing new conditions within and through you. This could be like significant creative projects coming your way that you are at the helm of, you being involved in certain, either memberships or companies or foundations or something to do with, birthing new things, creative matters, taking something that wasn't there before and really creating new conditions for either a society, a group of people, yourself. This feels so incredibly positive, but you are the great creator for 2023. So very positive indeed. Now your challenge coming through here, first of all, you have mostly major arcanas. So let's just talk about that briefly. Major arcanas are about destined and fated events that are tied to your soul purpose and have to do with karmic elements, which means you can't really control them. They're not really changeable. You can control how you respond to them, but there's a bigger picture divine plan at play that involves others as well. Minors, if you see something you don't like, you can change it, but you're going to have quite literally, a major year. Pardon the pun or don't. So the fact that your challenge is the devil, this speaks to me of really conquering your fears. That rabbit energy there represents fear. So it's you conquering that fear. It's really you getting out of your own way and really becoming aware and seeing clearly the ways in which you limit yourself or keep yourself small. And you're going, you know what? I think I have all the freedom available to me. And it may have taken me some time to really see it and step into it, but I might have exhausted myself on really, not giving myself the full power and credit that I deserve. Maybe you were waiting for it to come from other people. Maybe it always had before, and then when it wasn't, it was like, well, how do I generate this? But you are doing this for yourself this year. You are facing your fears, being honest about them, choosing to communicate with them and say, hey, fears, I know that you're great information for me. So let's talk. Let's have a conference, right? And that makes you incredibly powerful and unstoppable. If you're able to do that, which you are, you're going to be in a very different position by the end of this year in a really good way. So in your position of victory, we have Virgo energy in the Hermit. Now, this is interesting. This speaks to me of taking plans or dreams and really bringing them into fruition. Because the Hermit energy, Virgo energy, is about planning and specificity. It's about taking the time to go within yourself and ask those deep philosophical questions and then hanging around long enough for the answers. It's easy to ask questions, it's easy to seek answers, but to really do both and be patient around the timing and what actually wants to come through, that's something else. Because it's kind of like doing a reading for someone, honestly. It's like you have things that come through in the reading, but the person sitting across from you wants to hear certain things. They have an attachment to certain outcomes. So it's very hard sometimes for people to get the full extent and full benefit of their questions because the answers look different than what they desire. So that their natural instinct is to reject it and go, no, that's wrong. No, I don't want that. How can I change that? But that's not you. This is coming in as your victory point. So you are finally opening up in a way that you haven't before and saying, listen, I got big things to do on planet Earth. I am here for a reason. I am a genius creator. I am a mother source. I am an empress. And I am here to make my piece of the world better than how I found it. And I will do so. So let me go and get all of the information available to me so that I miss nothing and have all the tools at my disposal. That's a PowerPoint moment. Your advice is the Page of Pentacles. It's starting a new path around something that could set you up for the financial future and long term. But the thing about this being your advice, you see this is it alpaca? It is an alpaca. This alpaca has had, a lot of its, is that called fur or wool? Anyway, some of its coat sheared off, right? So I feel like this is saying there's going to be a requirement of you around your advice around starting this new cycle. I think things are going to have to be removed. I'm feeling like I won't have time for this if I don't maybe cut an extracurricular activity or two. Right? So you may be asked to streamline what really matters to you so that you can plant that seed and water it and focus on it and grow it like the Empress does so that you can really get the full benefit of it. But I feel like your attention has been a bit scattered, or you've been spending time on things that are not serving this purpose that means more to you than anything else. And you're realizing that. That's part of what I feel like is going to come through to you in this Hermit energy. It might be difficult to make some of these changes and let go of some of these things, but it's all going to be for the greater good, and it serves this purpose within you to come out of this year, which is your outcome as the Empress. Birthing new conditions, being in a place of high receptivity, and really feeling like you are exactly where you're meant to be from a place of satisfaction, knowing, and deep, deep, deep unconditional love. She is the mother archetype, and the archetype of a mother doesn't mean that this is how it always is, because mothers are human too, but the human, the archetype of the Empress and the mother is unconditional love. Just like the deer, which is why the deer represents the Empress in the Tarot. So I would also say, along with this, that your superpower is coming through as compassion. Compassion for self and compassion for others. So the fact that that is how you are presenting, that green is the heart chakra where compassion comes from, right? Green here too, green. There's like muted green over here in your place of fear, right? I feel like there's something around that. When in doubt, or if you're even wondering what your soul purpose is or what could be next for you or need some more motivation, how is your superpower of compassion being implemented or not implemented? Meaning, if that's your superpower, are you using that in your work? Are you using that to help others? Are you using that to your own benefit? That is a very helpful diagnostic that could land you exactly where you're going to end up with the Empress position here as the outcome. That is going to be the key. It's another way of saying when we do things for the love of it, right? We end up exactly where we're meant to be. It's when we go about things for the wrong reasons, like devil, like place of ego, temptation, fear-based choices and thinking, wanting to get to the destination and don't really care about the process of the journey to get there, right? Not interested in the creation and the gestation. We want the result and we want it yesterday. That kind of corporate mindset, right? So there's something in that for you. How is that compassion and that energy, playing out in your current circumstances? And how could it be implemented in a way that is true and real for you and can land you in a position where you are feeling the full scope of your own purpose and satisfaction in this world? All stemming from the, growth and place and position of your own compassionate soul. That's beautiful. And it feels directly connected to why you're here. So with that being said, Cancerians, I so hope this gives you the energy and the motivation and excitement with which to go into 2023. I'm really excited for you with all of this beautiful Empress energy here. And let me know in the comments how you doing. Cancers, you are very quiet in the comment section, but I want to hear from you. How are you? How do you feel about all this? How do you feel about deer energy? And with that being said, again, just thank you so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.